going to share my screen with you. So this is where you're going to find it. You're going to click on assignments for my class, and you're going to scroll down, and it is Wednesday, May 6th. So you're going to click on the Games at Home article. So you'll see the instructions here. Today we are going to read, we're going to annotate on the Google Doc, 3 annotations, we're going to answer the questions, and then you're going to submit. If you can't see it, there might be a blue authorize button here. Make sure you click that authorize button. If you are having issues seeing it, you are on the Zoom call for today. Make sure that you're not sharing any answers with anyone, whether they are your annotations or your answers themselves, or you guys will receive a 0 for cheating. So make sure that we don't do that. And then finally, I'm going to post the YouTube recording here afterwards. And then here is my remind information and my email address, either one of those if you have issues later and need to reach out. So let's go ahead and get started with our article. I'm going to look at it on my screen, which is here, but yours is going to be in Canvas like this. So we have our title here, Stretch Your Performing Skills at Home with Fun Games. And we kind of see based on the picture, maybe they're going to be talking about ways to keep kids interested. It looks like a news article, so I'm going to go ahead and assume that it is nonfiction. Hi, Caleb, welcome. So we're going to assume that it's a nonfiction piece, which means it's real, it's not fake, and it's a news article. We're going to scroll down to the questions first. Question 1, read the following sentence from the article. Perhaps focus on your couch, which is getting exhausted from people sitting on it all day long. Which of the following words, if it replaced the word exhausted in the sentence above, would change the meaning of the sentence? So this sounds like 3 of these words could go here and only 1 couldn't fit here, and that's the one that's going to be our answer. Question 2, what is the definition of the word outlet as used in this sentence? And this is a context clues question. Making up stories and acting them out provides an outlet to express your feelings, and it encourages you to collaborate with those around you, with family at home or even friends on a video chat. So outlet can mean like 4 or 5 different things, right? But in this sentence in particular, what does the word outlet mean? It's a context clue question. Question 3, it's going to read this following paragraph here that starts off just like you. How does that paragraph communicate author's purpose? Remember, author's purpose is why they wrote the article. It's not their feelings or beliefs on it. That's point of view. Purpose is why did the author write the article? And number 4 is going to be race strategy. What is the author's purpose in writing the article, and what is the author's point of view? So both of those things. How does the author feel about what they're talking about, and why do you think they wrote this? So we're going to keep those things in mind as we read. Scroll back up to the top, and we are going to get started. You can be looking on my screen and follow along with me. Just like you, playwright William Shakespeare got stuck at home for long periods of time because people were sick. He lived in England during 16th and 17th centuries when the problem was the bubonic plague, not the novel coronavirus. So how did he spend his time? By writing some of the most famous plays ever, including Macbeth. Working on a show might be the perfect remedy to being cut off from your friends and normal activities, says Margot Brenner Collins, the education director of Adventure Theater MTC in Rockville, Maryland, and nearby Glen Echo Park. Theater lets you connect with people and your thoughts, she says. Making up stories and acting them out provides an outlet to express your feelings, and it encourages you to collaborate with those around you, with family at home, or even friends on a video chat. Okay, so first annotation here happens pretty quick. I wanted to kind of get the intro in there. So we are right jumping into the article. There's not a lot of history or background or anything like that. We're opening up with the first idea of what this person who works in education, what is an idea she's saying that you can spend this time at home doing during coronavirus. So that is going to be your first annotation. What is the first suggestion or the first idea that they're talking about here that people can do during coronavirus? I will be looking at the chat. You guys can put your annotation in there, and I'll give you some feedback. I'll tell you whether or not it's good. You're looking at this first annotation here, the first annotation on the passage, and doing that annotation for the first section. And then you're going to put your annotation in the chat. for me to take a look at. Yes, Edixon, that's part of it, but there's one particular activity, y'all, that they talk about in the whole intro here. That one activity that they're talking about is what I want you guys to put in your annotation. Let me give you guys about 30 more seconds. Come on, y'all, I only have one so far. I need to see some more here. What do you got? Yes, Tavana, good. Yeah, Jayla, good. Not just by looking at plays, they're talking about writing them too. That's the first sentence. The first sentence talks about how, William Shakespeare, they were going through the bubonic plague and had to stay home. We're going through coronavirus. But all three paragraphs, y'all, if we're taking a look at this, I'll walk you through this one because it seems like people are a little bit disconnected today. This whole section here, how did he spend his time writing one of the most famous plays ever? Working on a show might be the perfect remedy when you feel cut off. Theater lets you connect with people and it encourages you to collaborate. So all three of those paragraphs in the beginning are talking about how writing a play or making a show or some sort of entertainment that you create is a great idea during coronavirus, something that you can be doing to help you connect with people and to help you be creative. So specifically talking about writing a play or creating a show for entertainment. All right, let's go ahead and looks like I got something in the chat. Let me take a look at that first. Yes, Maya, great job. Tyson, yeah, good. Good. Okay, all right, so let's pick up from underneath annotation 1, looking for inspiration. This section is just a little bit longer than the last one. Looking for inspiration isn't hard, says Collins, who suggests writing a one-person monologue from the perspective of a household object. Perhaps focus on your couch. I'm getting feedback from one of y'all. Here we go. Perhaps focus on your couch, which is getting exhausted from people sitting on it all day long. This is an example of personification, right? The couch is not a human being. It can't actually get tired. So they're just saying the couch is getting exhausted because we're spending a lot of time sitting nowadays. Or you can try to rewrite a favorite song by giving it new lyrics. You can also play music and figure out how it makes you want to move. It's not necessarily dance, Collins says. You're telling a story. Where are you? Who are you? Being cooped up inside makes it even more important to move, says Christopher Rushing, the education director at Arlington's Cinetic Theater, which specializes in physical performances. His favorite activity with students is super serious animal yoga. Stretch and contort your body in a funny way and give it a name, says Rushing, who offers up T-Rex reaching for a spoon or giraffe who's yawning. So if you're familiar with yoga, some of the poses are named after animals. So there's like pigeon pose and there's downward dog and there's these other ones. So it's saying he has his students get into these, like, they come up with their own crazy positions and then they name it after an animal, which is a fun way of looking at that. We're going to scroll down. If you have siblings or willing parents, Rushing says, you could try statue in the garden. One person is the gardener, everyone else is a statue. While the gardener pretends to water plants and weed and isn't looking, the statues can change shape. But when the gardener looks up, they need to freeze into an interesting pose, and the most interesting pose possible. So if we're talking about yoga, we're talking about this in the garden game, we're talking about dancing to songs. All three of these things have something in common. And it's definitely in this paragraph here, right? Being cooped up inside makes it more important to move, and movement and physical performance is doing physical things with your body. So when you're looking at annotation 2, I want you guys to include that. all three of those ideas for activities all have to do with movement and making sure you're getting movement at home right now. So go ahead and put that into your own words for annotation 2. Yeah, Genesis, good. Tyson, good. Hi, Leighton. Good to see you. Leighton, we finished the first 2 sections and we're working on annotation 2 right now. Let's do 45 more seconds for whoever else has an annotation for me. Yes, Tavana, good. Yeah, Tyson, yours is good. Yes, Edixon. You guys are doing a good job with this one. Let's do 20 more seconds. Yeah, Jayla, good. Jayla, is your computer screen like up on the wall? Or do you have a TV? What is that? Here, take yourself off mute.
What?
What is up there? What are you looking at?
I may or may not be playing Fortnite while this is happening.
Jesus Christ, Jayla.
Okay, hold on. I started a match before I was even in the thing, and I didn't want to finish it. I didn't want to die and like
there's no pause.
The match, and I'm about to win. I'm about to get a solos win.
Yes, Eric, good job, and Maya, good job. There's no pause? Y'all, there's no pause on Fortnite?
No.
No, there isn't. I just died.
Or you live or you die.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I just died.
DeAndre says excuses, excuses, excuses.
Oh, well, I just died anyways.
Oh man, okay.
I got third though. I got third.
Tyson, you're all set. Okay, good. Well, now we can jump into the rest of the article with our full focus. All right, we're gonna move on, guys, to section 3 here, move the tables and chairs. And make sure you are ready to go. All right, move the tables and chairs out of the way, Rushing suggests, before you play Yes, Let's, which helps develop your pantomime skills. One person announces, let's be pirates, or dentists or popcorn or whatever. Everyone else responds, yes, let's, and then does it. Don't worry if you don't know exactly how to act out the idea. The best thing you can do is try. Say yes to yourself, Rushing says. Experimentation is also the point of Object Tag, which is a big hit at the programs run by Bethesda, Maryland's Imagination Stage, says Joanne Seelig-Lamparter, the theater's director of education. Pick something you have nearby, for example, like a hairbrush. I take it and show that it's a guitar, Lamparter says. She can't say what it is, but she can pretend to pluck the strings. Once someone guesses correctly, the hairbrush moves on to the next person and maybe transforms it into a baseball bat. If you want something to play with a friend over the phone or video chat, Lamparter suggests alphabet improv. You start the first line with the letter A. The next person's response must start with the letter B. Hold on just a second here. The next person's response starts with the letter B. Annie, where did you hide that piece of paper? And then the next sentence, B, but you didn't tell me what paper you're looking for, and so on. You really need to use your listening skills to keep it going, Lamparter says. Whatever you create, Collins says, find a way to perform for others. Rally the troops at the end of the workday, she says. Part of what makes theater beautiful is sharing it. So they list off a couple of different activities for ideas here. I want you to think about what some of those activities have in common and then go ahead and put that as your third annotation. I will give you guys 1 minute to do that. Yes, good job, Edixon. Welcome back, Maya. We're working on our third annotation. Yes, Shayla, good.
Mr. Vizia,
What's up, Eric?
while you were like reading, I was doing the questions and I'm done, and I was wondering like if I can leave now, cause like I'm done.
Did you read the whole, if you read the whole thing and you feel like your questions are good, I mean, we're going to talk about the questions. So if you want to go over them with me in the chat, you can do that. But if you feel like you're set and you feel like you got 100 on it, then you can go. All right, guys, let's take about 15 more seconds on that last annotation. Yeah, Tyson, that's a good one. Yeah, good job, Tivana. Genesis, that's kind of what the whole passage is about. Think about what they were talking about just in that last section. Yeah, I saw Tyson. You're fine. You're good. All right, y'all, let's take a look at these questions. First question's a little bit tricky in how it's worded, so I definitely want to talk about this one. Perhaps focus on your couch, which is getting exhausted from people sitting on it all day long. Which of the following words, if it replaced the word exhausted in the sentence above, would change the meaning of the sentence? So we have fatigued, tired, drained, and annoyed. So looking at the word exhausted, we are going to get rid of any words that are close to meaning exhausted, because there's only one of these that doesn't mean exhausted, and that's going to be your answer because it's would change the meaning. So which one of these four words does not mean exhausted and could not be replaced in that sentence? Let me see what you guys think in the chat. Yeah, so if it can be replaced, then it's not the right answer. Three of these mean exhausted. One of them does not, and that's going to be your answer. Whichever one does not mean exhausted, because you're looking for the one of these words that would change the whole sentence. Three of them would keep the sentence basically the same as it is. Okay, good. So we know tired and drained both mean exhausted. So you guys should have eliminated those right off the bat. And if you're down between A and D, if this was like, let's say an EOG or a test, and if you don't know what fatigued means, you know the word annoyed does not mean exhausted. You know that. So don't worry if you don't know what fatigued means. D is the answer, because annoyed is a completely different word from exhausted, and that would change the whole sentence. The word fatigued just means really tired. It means exhausted. So A, B, and C, keep it the same. So D is our answer that would change the sentence. Question 2. What is the definition of the word outlet as used in this sentence? So outlet can mean a couple of different things. We want to just focus on this particular sentence. Making up stories and acting them out provides an outlet to express your feelings, and it encourages you to collaborate with those around you, with family at home, or even friends on a video chat. So in this sentence, does outlet mean electrical socket, creative method, a discount store, or a social platform? Go ahead and put it in the chat and see what you think. Yes, looks like all of you are getting it right so far. Who else? Number 2. Yeah, good job. Good. Okay, looks like most of us are down between B and D, which is good. We know it doesn't mean electrical socket. We know we're not talking about a store. Making up stories and acting them out provides an outlet to express your feelings. So a social platform, think about that in terms of like social media. You're not actually creating like, this doesn't necessarily have to be on social media as a social platform, right? Because it says with family at home or on video chat. So the best answer is B, a creative method. This is a creative method to express your feelings when you're doing theater and when you're making up stories and doing improv. So B is the best answer here because it applies to being at home or on a video chat, unlike D, which would just mean on the video chat. Number 3, read the following paragraph from the article. Just like you, playwright William Shakespeare got stuck at home for long periods of time because people were sick. He lived in England during the 16th and 17th centuries when the problem was the bubonic plague, not the novel coronavirus. So how did he spend his time? By writing some of the most famous plays ever, including Macbeth. How does this paragraph communicate the author's purpose? A, it illustrates that even famous writers have to stay home sometimes. B, it suggests that time spent stuck at home can be productive and useful. C, it explains why Shakespeare became famous during a plague. D, it compares the bubonic plague to the novel coronavirus. I want you to think about the whole purpose of this passage, right? Because it says, how does this paragraph communicate the author's purpose? So think about why the author is even wrote this entire article. As reading this whole article, why do you think he wrote it? And then based on that, I want you to think about how this paragraph fits into that. Which one of these 4 answers best fits with the author's purpose for the whole article? Yeah, it looks like most of you are getting it right. Great job, guys. Yeah, the answer is B. Time spent stuck at home can be productive and useful. Famous writers staying at home, Shakespeare becoming famous, those only have to do with this paragraph, not just the author's purpose for writing the whole passage. And then we're not spending the passage comparing bubonic plague to coronavirus. The only one that makes sense for the whole passage is being productive and useful when you're stuck at home. All right, the last one is a race strategy. So you guys are gonna, I'll talk about it with you. You'll do it on your own. You'll send it into the chat so I can give you feedback. Race strategy, what's up?
Can you check my message?
Yes. Yeah. Yes, that's authors. Wait, hold on. Tyson, are you talking about your annotations?
Yes.
Yeah, your annotations look good. Yeah, you're all set with those. All right, so for the last one for question number 4, y'all, it's what is the author's purpose in writing the article and what is the author's point of view? So again, those are 2 different things that you need to answer in your race strategy. So why did the author even write the article? And then what is their point of view on it? So what are their feelings, thoughts, opinions, beliefs, like their mindset on it, basically. So why did they write it and what are their feelings, thoughts, or opinions on the subject? You need to restate. So the author's purpose is ... and the author's point of view is ... You need to answer both of those questions in your own words. And then C, in the text it says, you only need 1 piece of text evidence for that. You don't need 2. And then E, this shows or this means. Make sure you have all 4 parts for question number 4 or you are not going to get full credit on the assignment. So I will be looking at the chat here and you guys can type in your answers as you go. This is just a reminder, since we're going over annotations and stuff, that you are not to share your annotations with anybody else who is on the call or is not on the call. Please do not share your annotations, your answers, the multiple choice stuff we went over, or your race strategy. And your race strategy should not be shared with anybody else. This is all your own individual work. Tavana, your author's purpose is great. Just make sure you have your author's point of view and text evidence as well. Waiting to see some of y'all's question number 4 on the race strategy. I know that takes a few minutes. I'll give you guys a couple of minutes to work on that. Yes, Maya, that is an excellent start. So now you need your in the text it says, and this shows or this means. Yeah, Edixon, great job with that one. Make sure that your sentences and your I's are capitalized and that you have a period at the end. But aside from the grammar, the race strategy is really good. So just fix your capital letters there and your number 4 looks great. That is the end of the lesson in terms of the lesson, guys, but I don't want you to miss an opportunity and leave before I look at your race strategy. Because I don't want it to be totally wrong or for you to miss something and then miss the grade on it. So before you sign off the Zoom call today, make sure that you send me your race strategy so I can take a look at it.
Ms. Devicia,
Hey, what's up, Edixon?
do you receive my work for Monday?
I can take a look in just a second. Yeah, Tavana, that's a great one. Great job on that. Good work. And just so you guys know, I am starting to work on the Canvas grades and putting those in since CMS told us basically we're allowed to put grades in now and how that's going to work and how that's going to look for the rest of the quarter. So you guys will see those being put into PowerSchool today, tomorrow, and Friday.
Division.
What's up?
Do you check my question 4 race strategy?
Yeah, I'll check it right now.
In the private chat.
Okay. Yes, the only thing I want you to add, Tyson, is to also add another sentence about the author's purpose. So why did he write the article?
Okay.
And then you will be good to go after you have that sentence added. Let's see, Edixon.
Yes, ma'am.
Tyson, I'm so glad you're on here today. It's good to see you.
Good to see you too. It's just like I've been requesting to get on here. It's like, I guess my internet was glitching.
Gotcha. I gotcha. Edixon, yes, I got your work from Monday. So you are good to go for Monday's assignment.
Did you get my work for Monday too?
Let me check.
For this one too, because I already submit.
What was that?
For this one too.
You okay? Yeah, can check it. Yes, Tyson, I got Mondays.
Okay. What else you said I needed to add on question 4 race strategy again?
Add on the author's purpose. Why did the author write the article?
Okay.
Jayla, great job on that.
Bye. I'm done.
Bye, Edixon. I'll see you next week. Maya, great job. That looks good.
Bye.
Adios. Genesis, make sure you have in the text it says, so make sure you've got text evidence that's actually quoted from the passage. Bye, Maya. I'll see you next week.